Okay, I think we are just about to go live here as we get started. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for NPM's Q&A Live. As all of our live streams sync, if you will, with one another, we'd love to hear from you. We see we have quite a few people waiting to start, which is wonderful. So if you're watching this, would you mind just letting us know where you're tuning in from? You know, I always love to do that at the beginning of a live stream. But also, not only that, too, Merry Christmas to everyone, of course. We just celebrated the Feast of the Epiphany. So if you're tuning in right now as well, we'd love to hear, what was your favorite song that your parish did this year? Maybe it was just a moment of silent night. Maybe it was a choral anthem you were able to do for the first time this year in a couple of years. We'd love to hear it. So put it in the chat box. We have been praying for you. We hope you've been finding some rest in the midst of a Christmas season that we all know was very, very exhausting. All right, so we see here we have some Region 2 coming in. We have Richard here from Region 2 from Albany. Hello, Richard. Hope things aren't as snowy as they were back for Christmas. We know that it was crazy for you guys at Christmas. Good. As everyone introduces themselves on the chat box, let me introduce those who are here with us. My name is Amanda Bruce. I am the Director of Marketing and Communications for NPM, and I'd love to welcome everyone with me. Jennifer Klug is here. Jennifer Klug's our Executive Director from NPM. We have Leticia Henderson, who is our Director of Membership Services. So hello, Leticia. And we also have Anne Vasile, who is our mint fresh, brand new chair of the Membership Forum. So thank you, Anne. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. We so appreciate it. We see everyone's tuning in from everywhere. We have LA, Susquehanna, Grand Rapids, Michigan. So plenty of people across the country. And we thank you, too, if you are watching the replay. So with that being said, as people share their memories right before we get started, Anne, since you are the newest one on the call, what was your favorite musical moment, if you will, on at Christmas? And also, I'm putting you on the spot because I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this. So Anne, what was your favorite musical memory for this Christmas?
Oh, wow. So I think for me, it was having my full choir together again and having the opportunity to pull out a Christmas carol that we haven't done in a few years. It was the Herbert Howells' A Spotless Rose. Which is one of my favorite choral pieces. And the choir at midnight mass singing the Herbert Howells, it was just absolutely beautiful. And it just brought just tears to my eyes and goose pimples.
Nice.
It was stunning. So
that's wonderful. Leticia, what about you?
It was just a wonderful holiday, an absolutely wonderful holiday. We picked up a new arrangement of O Come Emmanuel, a classic, something I absolutely love, but trying it with a different arrangement just really refreshed my heart.
That's great. That's great. Jennifer, what about you?
I was traveling this Christmas season to my parents in Boston, so I didn't have the opportunity to sing with my own choir, but I did attend midnight mass at the cathedral in Boston, and as their communion meditation, the octet sang Silent Night, and all of the lights were dimmed in the cathedral, so it was just the candlelight of the sanctuary shining through, and it was one of those musical moments when you truly feel the presence of Christ.
That's wonderful. Wow, everyone has such great memories. This is great.
What about you, Amanda?
Well, okay, full honesty, and I hope I don't get flack for saying this, but actually, I did not go in person to Christmas this year because many of you don't know, but I actually had a baby in the fall, and he is a preemie. And so his lungs were not fully developed when he was born. And so I don't know if you're aware, but RSV is a huge deal right now, especially on top of COVID and the flu, but especially RSV. And so at the doctor's recommendations for his lung development, just this one Christmas, we watched on TV. I know it wasn't our plan, but it just, everyone knows who's on this live stream how crowded Christmas can be. And so it just was too much of a risk this year for our son. So next year, I very much plan to canter or play or whatever happens, of course. But this year it was quite a silent night, if you will, except for the many times he got up overnight. But it was a lovely day to watch my parish for their midnight mass. So it was very nice. Yeah, it was very nice. But I've read a lot of wonderful things here. One quick shout out from the chat, and then we will get going here is my music ministry says it isn't Christmas until we have sung Joy to the World. I like that. That's true. That's a staple. All right. So anyways, with that being said, thank you all so much for being on this live stream today. Today, we have a lot of information to provide to you, not just about membership dues, which of course is our main focus today, but we have a lot of exciting updates and announcements for 2023. And we are really happy and grateful to be going with you live today to share them with you. So as you plan for 2023, there are a lot of excellent formation opportunities coming up. And I'm actually going to share my screen and I'm going to show you a little slideshow of everything that you can expect this year. Play. There. Can everyone see okay? Okay, great. I should have started. There we go. Okay. So as we begin, we have a lot of very exciting things to begin today. First and foremost, we have our winter colloquium, which is going to be actually next week in Washington, D.C. Our presenter is Dr. Dawn Salyers, and it will be taking place in D.C. If you're in the Philadelphia, Baltimore, even New York area, registration is still open until this Friday, January 13th, and there are actually still spots available at the hotel as well. So if you are interested, I'm actually going to have to just kind of do it this way. I apologize. If you are interested, registration stays open until January 13th. On top of that, we have some additional webinars happening for our Here we go. We also have some webinars happening for our members coming up. So first off, we have our planning calendar webinar, which is taking place on January 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern or 5 p.m. Pacific. This is free for all NPM members, and Patrick Nisbet from Liturgy Help, who is the company that helps us with our planning calendar, will be live with us from Australia to help us understand how we can best make the most of the planning calendar that is included in the membership for standard level and premium level members. And of course, we have to mention that we also have the 2023 National Convention coming up. At this point, I actually would like to pass it over to Jennifer so that she can talk about the 2023 convention a little bit more in detail.
Thanks, Amanda. As many of you already know, our 2023 convention will be in Reno, Nevada. And we are really excited about this because, as far as I know, this is the first national convention that we have ventured west of the Rockies. And we are just so excited to finally be in the Pacific time zone. So our convention takes place from July 10th to 14th in person in Reno and continues the following week, July 18th through 20th, for the virtual convention. We will continue the tradition of anyone attending in person will also have access to attend the virtual convention as well. So you really get a great value added there too. So a couple of notes for you if you plan on attending. Did you know Reno is, of course, an excellent place to start a West Coast trip because it's literally sitting there on the border of California. San Francisco is just a few hours away, as is Sacramento. Wine country is in shooting distance. And of course, Lake Tahoe is less than 1 hour away. So that's just a beautiful respite as you plan your own convention experience. Places like San Diego, Las Vegas, Los Angeles are also just a short plane ride away. I'd encourage you to consider some of those options. Check out the information in the convention brochure about ways to enrich your in-person convention experience. We also have some great things planned for you while you're there. You may have heard that Chanticleer will be performing on Tuesday night. So we're delighted to bring them back once again. You can also have a chance to sing at the Convention Eucharist as part of this year's choral institute. So you can also check out details will be available when registration opens on February 15th. I believe we also have some quick details about that in the current convention brochure. Last but not least, I want to mention our epic organ crawl. And we've been advertising that epic in all caps because it is truly a phenomenal experience. This is a pre-convention opportunity on Sunday, July 9th and Monday, July 10th. It's going to start in Los Angeles, and you will be able to visit several organs, including the one at the Cathedral of Our Lady of the Angels, the First Congregational Church, St. Charles Borromeo Church, the Bob Baker Marionette Theater organ, and last but definitely not least, the newly renovated Hazel Wright organ at Christ Cathedral. You can find details about that in the convention brochure, and not only does it include the organ crawl, but it includes your transportation, your flight from California back to Reno that will get you there in time for the opening reception on Monday night. And now I'm going to turn it back over to Amanda.
I gotta say, that is very, very exciting. I mean, I think it's so cool to have the opportunity to go to all those organs. I gotta say, it's gonna be fun. But maybe that's because I'm an organist. I don't know. But I think that's very enjoyable. But I will say that if your summer plans do not allow a trip such as these, then the virtual convention is right for you. This year's virtual convention will combine the ease of use and ease of schedule for last year's platform, which is made for the working pastoral musician who may not have an entire day from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. to be able to attend convention events. It's made for all different time zones across the United States, keeping the West Coast in mind especially. But on top of that, we are going to be having some new additions to the schedule, exclusive for virtual convention attendees. So this will be a little bit different than last year, where we will have exclusive content that will be coming to you live. I will say too, if you are going in person, you will also have access to these exclusive sessions because they will be available on the platform until September 30th of this year. So again, more information regarding the NPM conventions, both virtual and in person, will be available starting on January 30th on the NPM website. So at this point, let's talk a lot about membership. I'm going to pass it over to Jennifer, Leticia, and Anne to discuss some very important information regarding NPM membership. So Jennifer, why don't you start?
Thanks, Amanda. Well, obviously, part of our conversation here today, we want to talk about some of the upcoming changes for membership that affect all NPM members. We have made the decision that truly to keep pace with our ever-changing world, we really made the difficult decision to increase national dues at each of the membership levels. These rates will go into effect on February 1st and have been approved by the board of directors. This decision was not easy to make, obviously, but we firmly believe that this increase in dues will support NPM's ability to provide more resources, enhanced programming, and new valuable benefits. We have some really exciting benefits on the horizon, and I would like to invite Leticia Henderson, our Director of Membership, to explain a little bit more about those. Leticia?
Thank you, Jennifer. I am excited. I am delighted to inform all of our members about some of the very exciting webinars coming to you this year at no additional cost. These are going to be part of the way that we'd like for you to maximize your membership. Keep that phrase in mind, maximize your membership. So I'm happy to share some of the benefits that we're offering as an additional added value of membership. So first off, these webinars are coming January 24th, mark your calendar. It's the Liturgical Calendar Music Deep Dive. This is something that I'm really looking forward to, because even as the membership director, I'm not fully abreast of all that is available in that feature. So mark your calendars for January 24th, and it'll help you really get the most out of the planning calendar. If you're a standard or a premium member, you're really going to be excited about this, so mark your calendars for that. Also, 7 Strings and the Sacraments. Now, this is a skills webinar for liturgical guitarists. Yes, you heard me say it. For the guitarist. And it's going to be led by Stephen Warner. This is taking place in March. So we'll get more information to you about the exact date and time. But yes, brace yourself for the skills webinar. It's going to be really, really exciting. And there's a host of articles in the archives from Liturgical Singer, which is the periodic publication that we use. And of course, it's no additional cost to members. Remember that, no additional cost to members. So remember that that's going to be included with NPM's notebook once per month, as well as new articles and exciting new authors. Again, no additional costs for all levels of membership. A very exciting piece, brand new, that I'm pleased to debut is NPM has partnered with Gallagher Member Affinity Benefits. Gallagher Affinity is a company that has exclusive member benefits in a program that's going to be offered just to NPM members. So you'll see discounts from UPS, from MetLife, Office Depot, Avis Budget, Unum, Alliance Travel, State Farm, a lot of the household names that you're used to seeing. Gallagher Affinity has presented us with a plan to help you save along the way with these exciting programs from some household names and things that you're very familiar with. And we found that what you can save across the board through these programs is going to bring you an increase in savings. And it's what total to more than the increase of your dues. So keep that in mind. All of these discounts alone, if you're using this program, will bring more savings to you than the said increase. So if these benefits still don't look like they're enough or you're not convinced, then I encourage you to reach out to me. And I encourage you to renew your 2023 membership before January 31st. That's right around the corner. And you can lock in that rate. Yes, you can renew your membership early and lock in the 2023 rate. So if you have more questions, you have concerns, feel free to visit our website. And look at the overview of the membership benefits. There is a chart there where you can get a breakdown of what's offered for your membership tier. And we encourage you to take a look at that. And again, if you have any questions, just reach out to me. So at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our new membership forum chair. And she's going to talk to you about the ways that you can share feedback regarding your membership. And I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, Leticia. So NPM forums are a member-led opportunity for feedback and development on specific professional topics that benefit our entire association. So if you have any specific questions regarding these changes to membership, you can contact Leticia or myself, and we are glad to answer your questions. Additionally, if you feel called to to have a voice or to help shape what membership might look like in the weeks and months ahead for NPM, for our organization, please consider joining me and us here at the Membership Forum. You never know how the Holy Spirit might consider nudging you. And, you know, I would love to, Leticia and I would love to have your input as we move forward with some of these changes. Thank you.
Thanks, Anne, and thank you, Leticia and Jennifer. So at this point, we know we've provided a lot of information, and again, we will continue to give you this information in upcoming communications, but we would like to provide the opportunity for you to offer or give any questions that you have so that we can answer them live. We did send a link out in advance, so we do have some that were already submitted by members, but we are going to address as many as we can in the chat box as well. So if you have additional questions regarding the convention, any upcoming webinars, or membership dues and membership in general, please feel free to put it in the chat box right now. And as you do so, we are going to address some of the questions that were already submitted to us. So here's one question that was submitted in advance. So are there any I'm going to stop sharing. Are there any national guidelines for the development of a chapter website? Our chapter is creating a website, but wondered if there was anything in place in terms of templates, suggestions, requirements, etc., to guide us. I think I'm going to send this one over to Leticia. So could you share a little bit on that?
Sure. We are standing by and ready to provide guidance for you. I would ask that you send me an email. We have a wide array of information that's available to current chapter leaders. It's on our chapter resources website. And I would like to take a personal approach to those who are interested in setting up social sites or websites for your chapter to give you more of a personalized concept for how you can develop this. So I would ask that you reach out to me directly, membership@npm.org. Let's set some time aside to discuss what your needs are. I don't believe this is a one-size-fits-all. So we can walk through this together and what's needed to set up your chapter website, your chapter resources, and the items and things that you'll need personally.
Okay, great. We have another question that was submitted in advance here. I think this one will be for Jennifer. Let me read it first. Are there going to be scholarships available to apply for members to attend the NPM convention in Reno? So let's start with that one.
100% yes. For the past several years, we have been able to offer programming scholarship, and I'm really happy that we will be able to continue that. I know it makes the convention much more accessible for many members.
Okay, good. Another follow-up question, since we'll stay on this for a minute. Where will the convention be held in future years? This was also a submitted question.
We have a 2024 location identified, but we are dotting some I's and crossing some T's. So look for that information to be announced very soon.
Okay, great. All right, this one I think is again best for membership. So Anne and Leticia. The most important benefit of an NPM membership is the collegiality, networking, and friendship with fellow musicians. How can we show this to those who are not members? So Leticia, do you want to try and take this one first?
Sure, I'll start with that. And if you would like to show this to someone who's a non-member, introduce them to the NPM 30-day risk-free trial membership. That's a great way to test drive everything that's offered as an NPM member, all of the features on the website, all of the skills webinars, introduction to people who are doing what you do every day. You can visit our website, you can visit our Facebook page for information on the trial membership. There's a QR code that you send it to a colleague and introduce them. So that's number one. Number two, we have some exciting technology pieces coming down the line, and one of them will be the introduction of NPM communities across our new AMS system, that we're introducing. One of the features will be a directory, a member-facing directory where you can reach out and locate members. This is going to be a member benefit. Again, so you'll have to be in the membership to receive this, but the way to introduce you to your colleagues and everything that you'll need is going to be in a forward-facing member directory so that you can network as much as you'd like. So again, go back to the trial membership, introduce your colleagues there, forward my name and email address around. I'd be happy to speak with anyone and introduce them along the way. And I'm pretty sure you have some really in-depth information that you can provide.
So I think, in addition to the wonderful ideas that Leticia brought forth, I think that it's important to remember on a personal level that, just simply inviting someone, the simple steps of just inviting a colleague or a coworker to an NPM event locally or to a diocesan event, to introduce them slowly to what NPM has to offer. Those are great ways at the local level, because we are a national organization, but we're also a local organization as well. And many times, for increasingly for the majority of our members, they don't go to conventions. And so the only opportunity that they might have to see NPM is what we have to offer at the local level. And so anything that you can do to say, join me for a meeting, come meet some of my coworkers, let's have lunch together, or you can organize something at your parish. Perhaps invite your choir director friends or your cantor friends, and talk about NPM there and say, this is what we do, and really try to make it a local event.
I also want to say too, I'm just an average NPM member in that I very much have always valued exactly what this person submitted. More than anything, I've always described NPM meetings as the place that I feel understood. I think it's so hard as pastoral ministers to really be understood sometimes when, most people, let's just say for Christmas, don't understand how exhausted we are by the time we get to the dinner table, or the personal trials of the Lenten journey as we're walking with our parish. So NPM chapter meetings have always been a place for me to feel heard, to feel respected, and to feel understood. I also think it's okay, I can say this too, that at this year's convention in Reno, there will actually be a breakout session on this topic, strategies for a healthy and strong NPM chapter in your diocese. So you'll be able to see that. If you haven't gotten your Pastoral Music magazine yet, you should be getting it very shortly. And then on the brochures in the back, and you'll see that that is one of the breakout sessions that is this year. So this is, I think, an ongoing conversation. So thank you all. Let's actually stay on this for a minute. We should have mentioned this before. What are the new membership rates? I should have actually included that. So I'm going to share my screen and show you that this year's membership rates are, here we go. So we did advertise these on the website as well, but as we are speaking, it would be best to show as well. And so for basic members, the new rate as of February 1st will be $49 per year. The standard will be $135 per year. And the premium will be $189 per year. So I'm going to keep this up for a minute, but Tisha, I'm going to ask a question here. What will happen if I renew my membership in January, but it wasn't due until September? Could you kind of address that one?
Yeah, that's a great question. So because we're offering you the opportunity to renew early, if your NPM membership doesn't expire till later in the year, you can renew it now. All NPM memberships are on an anniversary calendar, so they start and end around the same time. I'll give you a perfect example. If your membership expires in September, but you'd like to lock in the rate now, you can renew it today. What will happen is at the end of September, on September 30th, October 1, your membership term flips over. it'll renew itself. It's just that you've taken advantage of the old rate and not the new rate. So it'll renew itself. It flips over in the system. It's just a perfect opportunity to lock in that rate, but it will not affect your date mechanism. It will not change your dates if you decide to lock in your rate a little early. So actually, it's a great idea.
Okay, great. Let's stay on membership for one more second. You mentioned something called an AMS system. Can you speak a little bit about what that is?
I'm laughing at myself with these acronyms. And I realize, in my world, everyone knows an AMS and a CMS. But let me just break it down for you. It's a database. It's a association management system, AMS. A CMS is a customer, I'm sorry, AMS is association management system. CRM is customer record management. I know all the acronyms, HIJK, LMNOP. But it's basically a database that streamlines processes throughout different modules. So here, without boring you, it helps us as internal staff manage events, engagement, your membership transactions, purchases, your records, all of the above. And it creates this 360 view, comprehensive view of who our members are and what we offer under an NPM membership. And I'm so pleased to announce that we're introducing a new system that helps us and helps you. It has some wonderful features included. And one of them that excites me is the communities and collaboration. Wouldn't you love to see, like I said, that directory where you can go and type in a last name and look for the organist you used to play with at one day in time and in a service? Wouldn't it be great if you had a need for musical information and you can put that into a blog? All of those community-facing features are coming down and on their way. We're making it easier and easier for NPM members to connect. And you don't need us to do that. All you need is your active NPM membership. So stay tuned.
How soon can an NPM member see these changes? You don't have to give a date. But like, I'm trying to say, wink, wink, convention maybe? Would we be able to see it by the time we register for the convention?
Yes, around that same time. So we are busy. We are some busy bees in the headquarters office in what we call an implementation stage, where over the next 8 to 12 weeks, we are churning out this system to make sure that it starts up and is executed properly. So yeah, around the same time you'll be registering for the convention, you'll be registering in a brand new flat platform with a brand new look and feel. So stay tuned, it's on the way.
Great. One more membership question, Tish, and then I promise we'll be done.
I'm ready.
Membership day. Someone just submitted in the chat box, is there going to be a membership discount for seniors?
That's a very good question. We've had that question before, and I have not addressed it just yet. We certainly should. Now, Leticia cannot just write and create that. That will be a greater discussion I hope to have with Jennifer. We can bring Ann into it. We'll speak to our board of directors, but we do see the need, and we realize the need for a senior member rate and or discount, and we will respond appropriately. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I just wanted to jump in there too. At the time that the new membership levels were delineated as basic, standard, and premium, we were really moving away from a structure in which we had somewhere between 12 to 15 different membership levels. And we tried to really help members who were in those prior levels map to the 3 new levels. And we thought for most people, a senior or who had a senior or a retiree rate, that probably the basic level would be the appropriate level for them. But if that's not the case, and we need to revisit that, and there are benefits that retirees and seniors feel that they need but aren't being met by the basic level, maybe we need to revisit that conversation.
Anne, anything else you want to add to that from the membership side before we move forward? No? Okay. Okay, good. All right, so we have some programming questions. This is the last chance. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box, but here are some of the other submitted ones about programming. So a couple of things about the convention. First and foremost, I think I'm going to send this one to Jennifer. What does the convention schedule look like this year for the in-person convention overall?
Sorry, I was having trouble unmuting myself. It looks a little bit different than what you may be used to. We are still going to open on Monday evening with that great exhibit reception, and you get a chance to meet with all of your favorite publishers and partners within our industry. Then we will have our official opening on Tuesday morning. Our plenums will stay in the morning. For those of you who gave us that feedback, we will maintain them in the morning. A couple of differences that you might see. Wednesday afternoon, we are getting into the city of Reno. Our afternoon breakouts will be in a couple of area churches in downtown Reno. We will be providing transportation from the hotel to downtown. You'll have a nice break for dinner. The downtown Reno area is beautiful. They literally have a river running through the middle of town, lots of great restaurants. And then we will reconvene for 3 evening concerts happening simultaneously at those churches. And then transportation back to the hotel will also be available. Then Thursday evening, our final event will be our convention Eucharist at St. Rose of Lima Parish, also in Greater Reno, when we'll be providing transportation to that again. And that will be our concluding event. We designed it that way because we know many people traveling to the Central and Eastern time zones. It really can take a full day to get back to those time zones from Reno. And we know that you have ministerial commitments on the weekend for many of you. We wanted to allow that Friday to let you get back to the Central time zone or the East Coast and have a little bit of recalibration time before diving back into those commitments.
That's great. We have 2 follow-up questions too. You mentioned transportation. Will a car be needed for the convention this year? And how much is the hotel? Those are the 2 questions.
A car will not be needed this year, at least in my opinion. There is the Nugget, which is our venue. They have a free shuttle from the airport to the hotel. So that's included. So you do not need to worry about paying for transportation to and from the hotel. As I mentioned, we will also provide transportation included in your registration fee for those off-site events on both Wednesday night and Thursday night. There are cabs, Ubers, etc. So if you do want to get from the hotel to downtown Reno, those are readily available. You had also asked about the hotel rate. We have secured a hotel rate of $99 a night. So we're really excited about that. For those of you within driving distance, the hotel also offers free parking. So that is certainly a way to maximize your resources.
Sounds like a lot of pluses in terms of little expenses that can add up sometimes for things like conventions.
Yeah, they add up really fast. We've all experienced that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, great. Another programming question that was submitted on the chat box. Is there any information you can provide about LMI at this point? And this one's going back to Jennifer after she unmutes herself. It's okay.
That button seems to be sticking this afternoon. Yes, so LMI, the Liturgical Music Institute, will be taking place again this year. It will remain at the Seminary of the Immaculate Conception on Long Island, Huntington, specifically. The dates for that will be the last full week of July. I apologize, I don't have my calendar in front of me at the moment, so I can't give you those exact dates. We are finalizing what the tuition registration fees will be for that this year, but you can expect more information, including a schedule, posted soon. And we anticipate registration for that opening around March 1st. We want to get convention registration launched in our new platform, and then we'll be launching registration for LMI shortly thereafter.
Great, thank you. All right, this is your last chance. If you have a question to put in the chat box, and as we wait for any final questions, I want to end with something that I should have started with in the first place. Leticia, before we started recording, I told you I would do this at the beginning and I forgot. But Leticia, some people who are on this live stream who are watching the recording, they may not totally know your backstory. So of course you are our newest staff member of NPM. So would you mind just kind of sharing a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Well, my debut was at the convention last year. My name is Leticia Henderson. I do prefer Tish or Tisha. I love everything about NPM and love working with my colleagues. I am an association professional by trade. I have served in membership and trade associations for 17 years. And if you're interested in my background, I have worked with PhD chemists. I have worked with custom home builders. I have worked with leading oncologists. And here I am back to my heart of hearts, pastoral musicians. And that would be my heart of hearts because I was a musician. I no longer play. That's a long story. We won't go there today. I have been the praise leader and co-musical director with my church, Redeeming Life Ministries International in Port Tobacco, Maryland, for 13 years. I love every moment of it. I am a former choir director for 2 youth choirs and the adult choir at one point. Wow, I've gone through the ranks. Fun fact, I still read music, rusty, but play piano and have dabbled with playing the drums, and I still fluently play bass guitar. I love a good bass guitar. I am always available by email. I know I've said it so many times, but email me, call me even. Part of why I've been in membership associations for so long is that I love people. One of my favorite songs says, God loves people more than anything, and he does. And I believe I've taken that to heart in the way that my career meets my passion of helping God's people. So anything you need at all, just feel free to contact me. It is really, that's not just a tagline. It's my pleasure to assist you. And I thank you for welcoming me into your community. And I appreciate it and I look forward to working with all of you.
Thanks, Tisha. Now, if anyone wants to contact you, your email address is?
membership@npm.org.
Great. And if you want to contact Anne, her email address is membershipforum@npm.org. And they are always welcome to any feedback you may have. Well, at this point, we don't have any more questions. We hope that we've answered any. But again, if you have any to follow up, don't hesitate to reach out to any of us. Thank you all for tuning in today to this live Q&A. We hope that you stay close to the NPM website and our print and digital communications. As I hope you can tell, we have a lot of exciting things to offer you this year. We're really thrilled. But thank you again for your time. Stay safe and just enjoy these winter months of recovery and rest before, dare I say it, the Lenten season begins. We hope you find some moments to just sit with the presence of the Lord. And we hope to see you on one of our upcoming webinars. Thank you, everyone. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. We hope to see you on one of our upcoming webinars.